What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest Derpfest ROM on this device. This is the official Derpfest ROM, of course. Let me quickly go into the settings. I have been using the dark theme over here, so let me quickly disable it from here. So in the about section, if you go in the Android version, on top you will see the Derpfest logo, of course, and then there is the Android version is 10, and the security patch is latest of January 1st 2020. The Derpfest version is 22nd January 2020 build. Stock kernel over here is the Pixel Dyndy Plus kernel, and here is the build number again. Let me go back in the systems, and we have a Derpfest updater, so that's good. You can check for updates from here. The updater section looks pretty dope. If you want to flash this ROM, you need to keep some things in mind. You need the latest official stable Orange Fox recovery to flash this ROM. Well, I have used that and it gave me no problems. But you need to be on the 993 MIUI firmware. If you are already on the latest firmware, you need to flash the 993 firmware, because the latest firmware is like 11 point something, but I would say use the 993 firmware because that's recommended for these ROMs, and the latest firmware has some issues with the Orange Fox recovery to decrypt storage and stuff, and I have decrypted storage, so I have flashed the ROM with the fcrypt disabler. I did not need to use any GApps because GApps is already included in the ROM file itself over here. So let me start from here. Let's go to the settings and talk about the customizations. In the Derpfest, we have the customization section. Here we have the theming and stuff, and as you can see, you can change the themes over here and you can customize it as you like, and the clock settings are there. You can change these many lock screen clocks too. You can use this analog or type or binary kind of clock in the lock screen, and the grid size and stuff, you can change these to 5x5 or 6x6. And then you can have the wallpapers over here. We have these on device wallpapers, then we get these live wallpapers. So this is good that we get these many live wallpapers by default, but of course it is not as much as Evolution X. And here I have been using this framework values because the corners were too much to the sides, so I have changed this status bar extra padding. Now let me go back to the status bar, and here we have the system icons. Here you can enable the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icon if you would like, and the VoLTE icon is present by default. You don't need to worry, you just need to turn it on, and you can select the VoLTE icon from VoLTE ASUS icon, VoLTE icon HD, and VoLTE Oxygen OS. Then the normal VoLTE icon and VO icon. By default I think it's VO. Let me go back, and here we have the status bar logo. You can have the Derpfest or Derpquest logo if you'd like on the status bar, and traffic indicator is there, so that's good. And here we have the clock and date customization of the status bar, and the battery percentage you can elaborate, and the battery icon we have the dotted circle, filled circle, text and hidden, and the icon portrait is default. Battery percentage when charging is there, so if you want to use that. Carrier label settings are there. And let me go back to the quick settings panel. Here we have the status bar pull down and stuff. You can choose it to be right, left or anywhere. Of course we have the quick setting opacity control over here, then vibrate on toggle touch, etc. Then we have the quick setting footer and stuff if you would like to use it, and then we have the custom header image if you need that. In the button section we have the navigation bar enabling option, and nav bar tuner is there. And from here we have the screen of power button torch. Let me show you if it actually works. So yeah, as you can see, the screen of power button torch does work. Let me unlock the phone, and here if you have noticed the fingerprint scanner speed, I would say the fingerprint scanner speed is pretty fast. No issues that I could find over here. Not bad fingerprint scanner speed at all. The fingerprint scanner unlocks the device pretty fast, and volume settings and stuff is there. And now talking about gestures, we have the USB gestures. Here you will find the gesture navigation over here of Android 10, as you can see, and you can even hide the pill if you would like. And we have the 2 button or 3 button navigation there, and prevent ringing and skip music tracks are there. Then there we have the status bar double tap to sleep, and lock screen double tap to sleep, and the 3 finger screenshot gesture. This works flawlessly even from the status bar. You can just double tap and it locks the device, so that's great. But one thing I have noticed, if you use the dark theme or even in the white theme, it's noticeable, but if you use the dark theme, it's quite more noticeable. Let me just show you. If I go home and pull down this status bar, if you have noticed, I'll slow it down in this part. Whenever you do this, the whole sides of the screen makes a little bit of red tint all the time. even when you are taking a screenshot or something, as you can see, it makes a black border, but the black border doesn't stay in the like actual screenshot. Let me open it. The black border which appeared is not there in the screenshot. So yeah, that's like a kind of weird thing that I have been noticing over here. I don't know why it's there, but yeah, it's quite noticeable. In the lock screen, we have the fingerprint authentication vibration, then we have the show battery bar, etc. Ambient display brightness is there if you're using the always on display or something, and we have the clock style over here of the lock screen, and you can change whatever you want from here. Then we have the clock fonts changing option, so that's great. We have bunch of like fonts over here, no issues. By default it's Google Sans, and you can change the font size if you would like. Then we have the date font size and stuff, and media cover art, etc. is there. And in the power menu, we have the advanced reboot option, which you will find in the restart option. If you tap, then you can see we have the recovery and fast boot, etc. like straight up booting option. In the notification section, we have the notification light, and then we get the battery charging light. You can enable it if you want to. Then we have the charging animation if you want to, and we have the vibrate on connect, call waiting, etc. Then we have this edge lighting kind of thing of the like ambient display and stuff. It will show up in the ambient display. In the animation section, we have the animation duration, then we have disable transition animation option, and the whole UI animation is present over here. In the MISC settings, we have the wake up on charge disabling option, and this brightness control by sliding on the status bar works flawlessly. No issues whatsoever that I could find. As you can see, it is working fine. Let me go back. In the display settings, here we have the lock screen display, night light, etc. options are there. Dark theme is there, that works fine. Double tap to wake does work fine. Full screen apps option is there. Game driver preference option is there. If you want to select some particular games, you can do that, but there is no accent color option here. But what you can do is like just go to the settings again and Derpfest, and inside theming you can change the accent colors, like just add a custom kind of theme. Now it says choose icon. From here you can choose these many icons, and if you like select and scroll over here, you can get bunch of more options. As you can see, you get the red and stuff, and multiple things over here are present, so that's great. You can just create a theme and apply it if you want accent color customizations. Now in the battery settings, this is how the battery settings looks like. We have the lock screen charging info if you need it, and the 18-watt fast charging does work super fine, no issues whatsoever. And talking about the battery life, here are some screenshots. You can definitely get about 7+ hours of screen on time with this ROM, that I can say. I mean 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time is pretty easily reachable over here in this ROM. And in the sound settings, we have the screenshot shutter sound disabling option, so that's great, but there is no Mi audio direct present over here. I don't know why. And charging vibration and stuff, you can disable it. Then we have the live caption option, which you get over here too, and you can enable it to like see the captions of any video and stuff. Those are working fine. You can change it to like, if you're connected to a Bluetooth device, you can change the output from here, so that's great. And the sound output via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well does work super fine, no issues. And IR blaster, I have tested the IR blaster present on the device with the LED RGB remote kind of app, and that works flawlessly, no issues whatsoever. And talking about the stock camera, well, we have this kind of camera, like a Snapdragon camera over here, or the old Google camera. I don't remember which one it is, but this is the stock camera over here, which is pretty bad, I would say. But I have flashed the ANX camera over here, and you can definitely try it if you would like. The ANX camera works fine, but like in the video and portrait section, it will just force stop the camera, so don't expect those as of right now on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. It's a bug, and I don't know how to fix it. Maybe there are some patches or something, I don't actually know. But the ANX camera for normal taking photos and stuff, and even the front camera and rear camera both works super fine with the normal photo mode. So that's it. And in the like Google camera section, I would say you can use the latest Gcam 7 over here. I have installed it too, and if you want to install it on your device, here is a card for you to install this Google camera. You can find the link and stuff on that video. Do watch the settings and stuff for this Google camera. This should work flawlessly. Night sight and stuff, everything works flawlessly, no issues whatsoever with this Gcam on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now let me open some of the apps and show you guys the app open up speeds and the RAM management here. Let's open Facebook, now Twitter, Play Store, Instagram, YouTube, now let's open all the apps from memory again. So as you can see, all the apps do stay in memory, but the app open up animation do take a little bit more time, that I can say. And the RAM management and stuff is pretty fine, no issues whatsoever with the RAM management, I would say. But like, the app open up speeds are a little slower, that I can say. And I tried to test AnTuTu benchmark, that did not go well, so I have tested the Geekbench, and here is the Geekbench 5 score. Now one more really good thing that I have found over here in this ROM is the stock launcher. Well, let me show you. This is the launcher that you get by default over here. If you go in the about, you can see the version and stuff. 2.1 launcher, and here in the gesture settings we have the double tap to sleep gesture, and it does work fine. You can double tap anywhere to like lock the device, so this is a really great feature. There is no always unlock with the fingerprint, so whenever you reboot your device you have to enter your pin once, that like I have noticed. Let me show you the stock dialer. This is how the stock dialer looks like. I think this is the Pixel 4 kind of dialer, and you do not get the call recording option or something over here by default, at least. As you can see, there is no call recording option, but I think you can make video calls if you would like. But VoLTE calls, normal VoLTE calls are working fine. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is whenever you go to the network settings and in the mobile network, well, here you will find the Wi-Fi calling too. If you want, you can enable it just like from here, from this toggle, and the Wi-Fi calling should work with the Jio SIM and Airtel SIM if you have them. Now talking about PUBG, let me show you the gaming performance over here. So in terms of PUBG graphics settings, you get smooth and ultra, then balanced and ultra. Then if you go HD, you will get high. So yeah, I would like rather play on smooth and ultra. So the gaming performance, I would say, is quite good. It's not bad at all. And if you are talking about the stock launcher, to the left we get the Google Now cards. You can swipe down to get the quick settings panel, but it does show that red kind of border over here whenever you're pulling down from the top. And if you scroll up, you can get the app drawer, of course, and the widgets and stuff are working fine. And Google Pay does work right out of the box on this ROM, so that's not a problem. And you get Widevine L1 certification, of course. You can definitely flash this ROM if you'd like. This is a pretty great customizable ROM on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. ASIP Derpfest has always been pretty popular, and I really like this ROM pretty much. And this is the stock wallpaper over here, and this is how the lock screen looks like. And in the double tap to sleep and the double tap to wake as well works pretty fine. The unlocking speed is great, so thumbs up from me at least for this ROM. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel down there if you have not yet. This is Tito from KTN Tech signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye now.